So it was nighttime, it was dark, and I was sitting there talking with my fiance, and all of a sudden I just quit talking. And I was thinking, why am I not answering him? You know, why have I quit talking? I want to talk. And he even said, you know, hey, what's wrong? Are you going to answer me or what? And I thought, well, I'd like to, but what's going on?
I became numb on one side and could not get words out. I knew there were words in my brain, but they wouldn't come out of my mouth. Not being able to talk, knowing that you needed to say something to get help, but just not being able to get it out. It's very frightening.
I couldn't move half of my body, and so I knew something was the matter.
My fiance just kind of looked at me like, what is going on? And I got myself up and went into the bathroom and looked in the mirror and started looking at all the things that I teach on how to recognize a stroke, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is actually happening to me. I'm 42 years old, I'm healthy, I teach this stuff, but it is happening to me.
Finally, when I got my husband's attention, the only thing that I could tell him was to call our daughter-in-law, who happens to be a nurse practitioner, and she was able to tell him what needed to be done.
I woke up my mom, and she took me to the hospital, and at first they thought that I had a pinched nerve. After they saw me, they took an MRI and saw that I did have a stroke, and actually I had 2 strokes.
I had what's kind of termed as a mini stroke. It's called a transient ischemic attack, a TIA, which means I did have a clot in my brain. That clot did cause some oxygen deficiency past the clot, but fortunately for me, it actually resolved itself, unlike if I was having an actual stroke where the clot didn't dissolve. So it can happen to anybody. Stroke can strike anywhere, anytime. It doesn't matter how old you are. And I just encourage you to make sure that you give yourself every opportunity to prevent stroke. May is National Stroke Awareness Month. Thank you to President Bush on May 11th, 1989. He signed the proclamation designating May as National Stroke Awareness Month. I have started coordinating a nationwide campaign to kind of unite everyone together. It's called Go Gray in May, because gray matter matters. And so I'm just encouraging everyone to kind of make a big noise during May to bring awareness to stroke. The risk factors for stroke include your blood pressure, your cholesterol, if you're diabetic, making sure your numbers are always in check.
Know your numbers, know your blood pressure, know your BMI, your cholesterol level, but also know if you have a stroke, or if someone in your family does, that you know exactly what to do.
Act fast. Act fast if you think someone is having a stroke, and FAST is an acronym. F stands for face. You want to look at the person's face, have them smile, see if one side of the face droops. A is for arms. Have them raise out their arms in front of them. See if one side starts drifting down, or maybe they can't even raise one arm by themselves. Maybe it just stays there. S is for speech. Have them repeat a sentence. Whatever comes to mind in that stressful moment, have them repeat it. Then it's definitely T for time. Time to call 911. You want to get help to them as soon as possible. And getting an ambulance to them can help the pre-hospital providers, the paramedics, prepare that stroke victim with some things that'll help the hospital to save time, and the pre-hospital providers can also notify the hospital.
It's been 3 years, and you know, I've gotten a lot better, but there are things that, you know, I still struggle with. When I get nervous, I stutter sometimes, and I have trouble with my left eye because of the stroke, and spelling and math and things like that. But on the whole, I'm very lucky. I feel very fortunate to have survived.
Since then, you know, our family's been doing a healthier lifestyle. We eat better, we exercise more, but it would have been much easier to prevent this beforehand and watch the healthy lifestyle first.
Stroke is the leading cause of disability in the United States. It's the 4th leading cause of death in the United States. over 795,000 individuals have a stroke every year. And this is what is just incredible to me, is that in 2010, over $73 billion were spent indirectly and directly on stroke victims. So make sure you call 911 right away. You can always turn them around, but you can't gain that time back. Because remember, during a stroke, 2 million brain cells die every minute. So I don't know about you, but I can't afford to lose that many brain cells.